Whoopi Goldberg, the iconic actress, TV host, and her co-host on The View, are being sued by Jason Aldean, seeking a whopping $40 million. What happened? From one single joke that made her lose millions of dollars to being suspended for 2 weeks on The View, you are now watching The View is officially canceled after this. Jason Aldean suing Whoopi Goldberg. Is it true? The story goes something like this. Jason Aldean, the renowned country singer, is making waves with his "Try This in a Small Town" song. It's a controversy that caught the attention of the talk show The View. There, under the bright lights and in front of millions, Whoopi Goldberg, alongside her co-host Joy Behar and Sunny Hostin, didn't hold back. They criticized Aldean and questioned the very fabric of his song's message. "You just have to realize that when you make it about Black Lives Matter," Whoopi remarked. "People kind of say, well, are you talking about black people? What are you talking about here?" Her co-hosts agreed to her sentiment, categorizing the song as shabby and annoying. Now, imagine being Jason Aldean at this moment. His song and art are under fire, and fans are split down the middle. Some rush to his defense, others fuel the flames of the backlash. But Aldean isn't one to back down. In a bold move that's sending shockwaves through the entertainment world, he reportedly filed a defamation lawsuit against Whoopi Goldberg and The View. "I'm no racist," Aldean declares, standing firm amidst the storm. A news outlet, Dunning-Kruger Times, drops a bombshell headline saying, "Jason Aldean files defamation suit against Whoopi and The View. I'm no racist." According to the article, Aldean isn't just seeking justice, he's seeking a jaw-dropping $40 million. If this proves true, Whoopi is not just in hot water, but in boiling oil. With the evidence against her living forever online, she could be facing the loss of an unimaginable sum of her hard-earned money. But the question is it true? Well, we understand that this story sounds real, but when you visit the Dunning-Kruger Times website and you go to their About Us section, you can clearly read DunningKrugerTimes.com is a subsidiary of the America's Last Line of Defense network of parody, satire, and tomfoolery, or as Snopes called it before they lost their war on satire, junk news. They have noted that everything they report on their website is purely fictional and not real, full of exaggeration. So it's entirely not true. But despite Jason Aldean suing Whoopi Goldberg being false information, Whoopi Goldberg is no stranger to being caught in the crosshairs of legal battles. And you won't believe this, so keep watching. Whoopi's Holocaust remarks in suspension from The View. ABC News President Kim Godwin steps up, bringing the hammer down. "Effective immediately, I am suspending Whoopi Goldberg," declares Godwin, her statement echoing across Twitter. This is all because of Whoopi's comment about the Holocaust, where she claimed that it wasn't about race. Even Meghan McCain, a former colleague from The View, couldn't hold back. She's moved on from the show, but not from standing against anti-Semitism. "I am heartbroken about what she said," Meghan reveals, her words painting a picture of her deep-rooted beliefs. If we rewind a little, we can find the seed of the controversy. It all began on an episode of The View where the topic was a graphic novel called Mouse, about the Holocaust being pulled from a school's reading list. And Whoopi's perspective was, "Holocaust isn't about race," she said, words that would soon ripple through the community. The backlash was swift, and soon enough, Whoopi found herself penning an apology. "I'm sorry for the hurt that I have caused," she writes, trying to mend bridges. But was this enough to cool the flames? Not yet. The fire wasn't over, and Goldberg was suspended for 2 weeks. But in an interview with UK Sunday Times, Whoopi retreaded these controversial waters. When reminded about the racial classification Nazis attempted on Jewish people, Whoopi countered with, "They did that to black people too." As you can guess, this didn't sit well with many. Another apology was swiftly coming in a whirlwind of events, this time with Whoopi claiming her words were twisted. The main point here is anti-Semitism, a burning issue that continues to spark worldwide debates. People wanted growth, understanding, and above all, sensitivity. Whoopi promised she got the message loud and clear, reaffirming her stance that the Holocaust was about race and her unwavering support for the Jewish community. Kyle Rittenhouse is intent to sue Whoopi. If we rewind a few years and picture a young Kyle Rittenhouse who found himself at the center of a media storm after a tragic incident during an anti-racism protest in Kenosha, Wisconsin, this wasn't just any storm, but a tempest that shook the nation after Rittenhouse was acquitted of shooting and fatally wounding 2 men while injuring another. Now, imagine Whoopi Goldberg firmly seated in her co-host chair on ABC's The View, not shying away from voicing her raw and unfiltered perspective. "Even all the excuses in the world do not change the fact that 3 people got shot. 2 people were murdered. To me, it's murder. I'm sorry," she declared, reverberating across America. Her words were potent and direct, but didn't merely echo in our living rooms, but they found their way into Rittenhouse's world too. And what happens next might shock you, so keep watching. Fresh off his acquittal, Rittenhouse isn't just about to fade quietly into the background. He has a monumental plan. During an appearance on Fox News Channel's Tucker Carlson Tonight, he announces a venture as audacious as it is bold: the Media Accountability Project, where they will fundraise money to hold media companies and individuals like Whoopi Goldberg responsible for what he sees as the distortion of his story. She called me a murderer after I was acquitted by a jury of my peers, Rittenhouse points out, his tone steady but laced with resolve. Whoopi's experience with cancel culture. In 2021, at the grand stage of the Edinburgh TV Festival, Whoopi took a stand. With all eyes on her, she boldly voiced her thoughts on cancel culture, emphasizing how truth seemed to fade away today. But why is Goldberg so confident? Well, she wasn't just speaking from a place of observation. She was speaking from experience. Flashback to an interview with Drew Barrymore, Whoopi opened up about when she made light of a certain politician during a fundraiser. This act, seemingly innocent to her, almost pushed her off the cliff of her career. She lost more than just roles. She found her savings decreasing. Listen, I got very, very lucky because I got into some trouble where I pissed off a politician and then I lost everything. Really? Whoopi recounted. Whoopi's controversial remarks. You see, for Whoopi, a single comment about George Bush would change everything. And you won't believe this, so keep watching. Amidst a flood of accusations against the comedian Bill Cosby in 2015, Whoopi chose to stand her ground, stressing the principle of innocent until proven guilty. But as the waves of time rolled on, the tides turned against Cosby. 3 years into his sentence, revelations emerged that made even Whoopi reevaluate her stance. Appearing on ABC News, Whoopi faced the camera and said, "It looks bad, Bill," addressing Cosby directly, urging him to either break his silence or remain quiet. She made it clear that the world now saw more than just the funny man they once adored. Whoopi's stance on the #OscarSoWhite controversy. Whoopi Goldberg has an Oscar tucked under her belt for her mesmerizing role in Ghost. But remember the #OscarSoWhite storm that took over the headlines in January 2020? The world cried out, yelling at the Oscars for not showcasing enough diversity. Whoopi, however, had a different take. Standing strong amidst the storm, she held up her own Oscar win from 1991 as a beacon, claiming the award show wasn't about color or race. "The issue is not the Academy," she voiced on The View. In her eyes, even if the Academy was filled with members from diverse backgrounds, if the big screen didn't showcase diverse talent, the Oscar outcomes wouldn't change. "I won once, so it can't be that racist," she boldly stated. Of course, with such strong opinions came the tidal wave of public backlash. But here's the thing about Whoopi. Storms might come her way, but they've never managed to knock her down. So, with all these twists and turns, where do you stand? Dive into the comments section and let us know your thoughts on this one. And hey, if you love the scoop, make sure to smash that like button and hit subscribe for more juicy updates.